All right. So my guest today is Jess Benford, and I absolutely just every time I get to talk to Jess, I get so happy. Lots of positive energy. And the reason, one of the things that I most admire about Jess is her sense of adventure and bravery. So Jess went on, and she's done multiple trips, but like this amazing trip where she went up into the mountains all by herself and camped, which is so cool. And I admire that. And of course, she rides a motorcycle. So before I ask her my one question, Jess, will you just tell them just a little bit about the those kind of trips and why you do them?
Yeah, so it was actually back when we were working at the dealership together and we were taking a sales training class. And, our lives then were really filled with work, our schedules every day. It was kind of consuming me. And we watched the sales training and he talked about kicking butt in your life in every aspect of your life. And so for me, I really realized it was a light bulb moment. Hey, I'm very intentional about planning my professional life and having goals and things I wanted to achieve, but I wasn't very intentional in my personal life. So I took a hard look at the different categories of my life and just decided, hey, I need to not just post these things on Pinterest. I need to actually schedule it and go out and see them. So that's what I did. I just scheduled it, and it was a huge accomplishment for me to do something like that. So my first trip on my own was to Pennsylvania for a long weekend, and I camped on top of a mountain under a dark sky park, and it was just absolutely amazing. And then shortly after that, I booked a trip out to Yosemite National Park and actually did a long weekend out there hiking all by myself and saw the beautiful waterfalls that I had, always dreamed of seeing. So it was amazing.
I love that. So, what does living a life you love mean to you, and how do you actively pursue it?
So it really is about about being intentional. So I mean, every month I look at every category of my life. So, how am I as a mom, as a friend, as a daughter, professionally? What do I need to do just to even take care of myself to be the best version of me, and just really reflect every month and see, where is something falling off? Where do I need to plan some time? And then it's really about just the intentional part of scheduling it. So, if I haven't seen someone in a while, or if I've slacked off on something that I know makes me the best version of myself, getting back in the routine or getting it back in my schedule, planning it. And really, that's the step that makes it happen.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And I love that you do that. I might have to borrow that piece. I intentionally schedule my family and myself in there, but I think I need to be more intentional about more relational stuff with other people. So, thank you for sharing that. All right, you ready for the lightning round?
Yes, I think
All right.
so.
What's one word that defines your approach to life?
Love. I
Mm,
love is the word, and I feel it's, just living a life you love, loving the life you live. I mean, everything just revolves for me around that word.
awesome. What's your go-to for self-care?
Exercise. And it doesn't have to be a gym, it doesn't have to be a specific routine. It's moving every day, just taking the time to move every day. And especially if I can do that outside, get
Mm.
outside in nature, get outside for a walk, get outside for a run. But it really is my personal therapy, keeps my head clear, gives me my energy I need. That's absolutely my number one.
What book or movie has profoundly impacted you?
Can I give you two?
Yeah, yeah,
I couldn't
yes.
choose. I couldn't choose. Okay. So, Atomic Habits. I absolutely love that book just because I struggle with consistency. So, it was just a wonderful book, professionally, personally, that helped me with little practical tips that you can use to just get that consistency with those habits, those daily habits that really define your life, right? So, absolutely hands down, I've read it, I've listened to it on audiobook, I've done a book study with some friends with it, and every single time I get awesome nuggets out of that book. So highly recommend that one. And a book called Attached. So this is more of a personal. And this book for me was really foundational in learning effective communication when it comes to relationships. So relationship with your partner. It was something I struggled with my entire life, and I just thought I was wired that way. This is just the way I was. This is the way I was born. This is my personality. I read that book and it was very eye opening. I learned these are just behaviors I've learned over time, and I can change these behaviors. and it was honestly changed my life. Great
Definitely.
book. Great book.
I haven't read that one, so I will definitely get that and take a read. I love this because I'm getting all these book nuggets. I'm so excited about that. What's your favorite way to unwind after a busy day?
Couple things, chilling with my dog. He's just so awesome and always happy. He's a golden doodle, so I just love hanging out with him and laughing with my kids. Just hanging out with them and laughing and hearing about their day. They're teenagers, so they always got something crazy going on. So, yeah, my two favorite things.
Can you share a habit that's been key to your personal growth?
I think just taking the time to just taking a pause. I told you I can, try to do it monthly, but at least once a year, just sitting down and taking a look at what I've accomplished, where I want to go, where do I want to be in the next 1, 5, 10 years. And then, making a plan for it, especially that annual, what do I want to accomplish this year? What direction do I want to be going? Because if
Awesome.
not, a year can go by like that. And then, you
Yeah.
didn't accomplish anything.
Yeah. What's one piece of advice you'd give to your younger self?
Just be you, be authentically you. You don't have to try to be anybody else. Just love who you are and, enjoy the life and everything you have and be grateful, and hire a financial coach young.
Yes, I love that. What's your favorite inspirational quote?
So I think for this one, I would go with, I don't want to mess it up. So when somebody seems to deserve your love the least is usually when they need your love the most. So it's easy to, be supportive and love someone when everything's going great, right? But usually it's in those tough moments when someone's just irritating, frustrating, going the wrong direction. It's hard to love them then, but it's usually when they need you the most and you need to stick by their side.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that one. How do you define success in life?
Really just happiness, joy, peace, those experiences I have with my family and my friends, my loved ones, my coworkers, just really being present, and just really enjoying every day.
Mm. What is one small act of kindness that's made a big impact on you?
I was struggling with this one. I feel like there's been so many in my life, just the little things that people do. It was hard for me to pick one. I feel all the time I have such a great support team. Um, my partner in my life is always doing things for me that make my life easier. My mom, like anything I would ever need, I can pick up the phone and she's there for me. My children's dad is always very supportive. My kids are great. They'll always jump in and help. So for me, it was so hard. I feel like I'm very blessed
Mm.
that all the time, everyone's just jumping in and helping out. So I couldn't pick just one.
That's okay. That's a beautiful answer. What's a dream destination that speaks to your soul?
So I'd say one I've been to is Yosemite. It
Mm.
just was magical. It was spiritual. There's a lake up there on the top of the mountain, and I did a hike around that lake. I was by myself, and just it was so magnificent and like overwhelming. I just cried. I went back there a second time with a friend of mine, Kristen, and in 2020. And I took her, she had not been there before. And I took her and I was like, was it going to be the same experience or was it because it was the first time I was somewhere like this?
Mm-hmm.
And I got the same feeling and just the tears came again. And there's something about that place. It's just so majestic and beautiful and just spiritual. Yeah.
Mm.
I try to top it. I keep traveling and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll find somewhere, but I'll keep trying, but I haven't topped it yet.
Yeah. So I've been to Yosemite and I agree with that. For me, the Redwood Forest, super,
That's
super
nice.
spiritual. And one of these days I'm going to go camp there for a week and I just want to be in that space.
For a week. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to go. I haven't been there yet. I've been to Sequoia, but I haven't been to the Redwoods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess, thanks for talking to me today.
Yeah, Sarah, it was great catching up.